Well, great. Well, thanks for sharing that. And how about a multiplier that you've incorporated into your business, personal, professional, that you've used to help you in your growth?
Yeah, two things there. One is people. People is the greatest multiplier in the home services space, but identifying those roles and responsibilities and charting the path. And so people is the one, and that's the easy one. But I'll tell you the second thing I did was I created a functional org chart before I even started my business. And you'll see it in the book. I filled every role, just like you did when you first started. You're the president, the CFO, the chief marketing officer, the major sales guy, the fulfillment guy, the person who's going back and taking out the garbage at the end of every Friday. So, but I had those roles defined. And then what I found was I took the time to go ahead and get the operations manual down. So at least it was written so I could expand to the level we are now. And that was hard to do because sitting down and having to write something is kind of a boring, mundane task for an entrepreneur who's out there moving and shaking and is a little bit attention deficit disordered. That's me.
Yeah. Well, and look, for me as I would say I'm that outsider looking in, just observing you and your business, I'd love for you, to me, a multiplier that I've seen, I'm just going to fill in the blanks, and I'd love for you to talk about this, has been your training. The way you train. So you mentioned your staff and your team, but the training that I've heard you share at networking groups and that you've talked about is really top notch. I mean, it is superior. It's excellent. So I'd love for you to talk a little bit about that and how you train, especially anyone in the services business knows that, literally you cannot fulfill your contracts or serve your customers if you don't have a person going to their home or to that business to do it. And I think you've done a phenomenal job of being able to train and coach people. So would you mind sharing about that?
Yeah, I love that you said that. Thank you. That means a lot because training is very important to me. It actually was a whole chapter in the book and why I even started another company called the Home Service Institute. But one of the beautiful things about working in the business I am is that the guys I work with are WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. This isn't corporate America. There's not an ulterior motive. There's not an agenda. If they come into your office and say they need more money, guess what? They just need more money. Whether you agree with them or not and can give them more, that's a different story. But in the corporate America, there was always an agenda. There was always a what's in it for me. Let's do it back and forth. So in our training, we do a lot around speaking their language and getting them interested in what we do, because as owners, we want them to treat our customers like we would. But what they need as a technician in the field doing things each and every day is to have an easy transaction where they can feel fulfilled as an artist doing something they're right and get rewarded for it. And yes, reward is financials, that they can take care of their families and their commitments.